tell us a little bit about a typical night at the opera and what you do and where you go and what your job is when you're there?
Well, it's always very important to try and keep the company jollied up and optimistic and excited about the evening ahead. So, I mean, typically I'll go, when I come into the theatre, I'll go around the dressing rooms, as many as I possibly can. And many times the artists are in the makeup room, so I'll go out to the makeup room and probably 3, 4 or 5 of them there. Is Krisztina here? Is that Krisztina hiding behind her?
Hello.
I'm all mic'd up. So, how are you? Okay? All well? Have a good one? Yeah? Sam's here, don't worry. We just saw him.
Yes, I heard the rumble.
You heard the rumble?
I heard the rumble.
The rumble, right. I'm sure he'll be sitting there in 3 minutes. And then I try usually to go backstage to see the stage management. Always go and see the conductor.
You're always catching me in moments of undress.
Yes, of
course. And the camera's rolling. Oh!
So,
how can I help you? Here we are, the lovely dressing rooms.
Yeah,
of the Ample. You could have a performance of Mendelssohn's Italian Symphony in here. It's amazing.
So, all well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get that email about the?
I did. That's so funny. It's one of my favorite hymns.
Yeah,
what a pity.
Yes, Adam Buxton was at school with Patrick.
But you should forward that to the opera news people who interviewed one of your colleagues and said, why do you have to have super titles when you do operas in English? And Michael McLeod said, well, actually, even with English, you can only understand about 20% of the words. Yeah. So, yeah, I thought that was very apropos.
Good. Okay, have a good one.
Thanks, I will.
See you later. Begin? Carry on.
She's painting the years away.
Yeah.
Painting the years away.
So, 3 in a row now. Then we'll be able to say, anyway, you'll be back next year. And Sam in 2009, so nothing ever comes from that. I've got one. And when I've done those chores backstage, I then make my way to the donor room.
Well, hi there.
Here we are. Perfect, miraculous.
So happy to have you here this evening.
Have you got the list? Well, hopefully some of our donors are there and enjoying a little refreshment before the performance, and I get an opportunity to talk to them and tell them the latest news about the company, tell them what we're doing in the future, and generally try to orchestrate their support for the company. Board members as well, maybe bringing guests who are in some cases being introduced to the company for the very first time. So that's an opportunity for them to get to know a little bit about it from me.
Now, we snuck in at the last minute. I brought clients with me.
Good. And how did they make out?
It was their first COT experience, so they enjoyed it, and they're going to come to Beatrice and Benedict.
Good.
So.
Good. Excellent. So, I mean, that's the way to get this rolling, isn't it? And then one way or another, 7:25 comes around, so I go down to the theatre and I watch every single performance when I'm in town, which is pretty well all the time, in fact. So during the performance season. So I see every performance, each production 5 times. Hello.
How are you?
Fine.
See you.
Intermission, back to the donor room with more schmoozing, which is a very important part of my job. Likewise, going backstage and see if there are any problems. Very rarely are. You know, our productions are extremely well and thoroughly rehearsed. So by and large, everything tends to run quite smoothly. Hello, folks.
That was wonderful. Really wonderful. Oh, boy. That was...
What about that fifth door?
Gripping and chilling and
I like
wonderful.
the one with the major chord.
Yeah.
Nothing bad is going to happen.
There's lots bad going to happen now. It's all bad for 9.5 minutes.
B-A-D, huh?
B-A-D, big time. So that's pretty well the evening, the end of the evening. At the end of the evening, I go home after having congratulated everybody, and I hope with reason, usually with great reason, and go home to bed, and 9 o'clock in the morning, the next day I'm back in the office.
You say you go to every single performance. A lot of general directors will go to opening, and you know, that's it. And why do you think it's important to go to every single show?
Well, there's no problem about that, because after all, we do only 15 performances a year, 3 productions. There's absolutely no excuse whatsoever for me not to be there every performance. If you're running a house like the Metropolitan Opera where there are over 200 performances a year, it wouldn't be reasonable to expect even the general director to be there every night.